Okay, starting a bit late today, but well, happens. So here we go, starting a brand new map on the brand new game on the Siptah map. Let's do this. And as usual, the loading time takes forever. In the future streams, we won't have this part of the game happening, but I just wanted to show that it's a brand new game with default server settings, so yeah.
During the year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was to be transported to the exiled lands. Chained and bound aboard a slave galley out of Argos, the prisoner was carried south under threatening skies. Till fate intervenes.
now we're doing the character creation. Let's hope it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last scene is pretty much my own. So the randomly generated scenes I've got are slave taking without a permit, assassinating a merchant, and poor use of punctuation. So I'm afraid it's actually pretty accurate. I may have forgotten to increase my volume from my last playthrough. So here we are on a deserted beach full of shipwrecks. Actually, I would like to have something the journey steps show. So okay, we have a journey now. And as in most survival games of the type, we just have to pick up everything everywhere at start. And accidentally drink some water, I guess. Oh goody, she has a water skin. So, as it says in the title, I'm actually using mods with this game because, well, it's a bit tougher to play it solo, and with the max level being level 60, you can't unlock everything, so for a solo game it's pretty much this means being absolutely stuck and not being able to do quite a bit of stuff. We might not need to unlock everything, and we probably won't, but it would be a good thing to be able to have more levels, so we have more levels from one of the mods, and the other mod I'm using will be the better throws. Yeah, mostly because it's, after all, this game is kind of made to be more of a game for multiplayer, so better throws will help with that part. It will be a good idea to start making our tools, and of course to gather fibers for the basic clothing and the bed. I have some experience with the game, but not too much, so if you guys have any tips, I'm here to listen to you. And it will be a slow gameplay. I won't be rushing through anything, mostly because I don't even know what I'm doing. And it will be a bit boring to just skip everything. So let's just explore the islands together and enjoy, more or less. So, yeah, fiber is pretty much essential at the start, as we need clothing. And a bedroll so we can have our bed, and if we die we can spawn on the bedroll. That's why it's pretty much one of the very first journey steps. I have played a little bit on the Siptah map, so I've already picked a nice spot for our starting base. And it's getting dark, so we should head there already. A little bit of running. Yeah, it's nice to have be able to craft on the spot, and most of the stuff is crafted just like this uh, in the oh my gosh, most of the stuff is crafted just like this. So yeah, no, I mean, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Okay, pretty much everything that's starter stuff is crafted like this on the spot from the inventory panel. But anything that's more advanced, you need benches, and we'll be starting making benches soon. But first, we are going to make something like a place to live, a base. So yeah. Might actually be a good idea to start mining if I'm going to get the base. And while the game has pretty deep pockets, they aren't actually infinite. And as you can see, uh, my weight meter is getting pretty red now. So I will stop with the gathering. And I accidentally ate something raw, so we have food poisoning now. Okay, so I think this was a pretty nice spot for the base. It's close to the forests. Actually, that's raw oysters. So yeah, no lemon, no good. Oh my gosh, the stream chat is on top of my inventory. Okay, so in order to be able to build, you have to learn how to build. So we'll have to get apprentice mason. And now we can start building our base and box maker, because we'll need to put our junk somewhere. And now we get this pretty massive page here. It's pretty annoying that everything building becomes one huge, pretty much endless page over here. At least you can filter out stuff, and yeah, like weapons, armor, materials, and consumables. But yeah, building items, everything is here. So once we start getting more building pieces and crafting benches and stuff, everything is here, and that's a bit annoying actually. It won't be bad to get a torch because it's dark now. The nights are pretty dark. The good thing is you can actually adjust the height of your foundations and such, so it doesn't have to be the default level. You can decide if you want it higher or lower. You can turn it, so it's pretty good on this part. And once you're happy, with the placement you can have your first piece of the base. And like this, we start building. Can go further this way. No. So the good thing is you can mine when you have yeah, imagine that. So the good thing is you can actually use a tool and a torch at the same time, so when it's nighttime you're not absolutely limited to this just staying in your base around the standing torches or lights and lamps and such. You can also fight with the one-handed weapon and a torch, so nights are not the time to be spent only indoors. And of course, when you get over encumbered like I just did, you become slow as a slug. Then it's hard to find what the fuck did you start building. But at least the night sky is fucking gorgeous in this game. Seriously gorgeous. And that torch broke. When something is equipped and you have enough materials to repair it, well, it will be easier to find the base at night once we learn how to make standing torches, and because it's nighttime we might as well spend some more time over here in this panel. Once you learn how to make torches, you can learn how to make... Oh, my level was too low. Okay. How to make standing torches, and once you have standing torches you pretty much have no problem with lighting anymore. So for survival, butcher is pretty much essential. And yeah, I'm too small right now to do anything crazy. And because I absolutely adore archery, I will focus on the archery tree in the weapons. And let's spend a little bit of points over here. So yeah, if you reach this point in survival, next time you eat raw meat you won't get food poisoning. Yeah, let's lower our sprint stamina for now a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Oh yeah, we see our foundation, there we go. We made it! Yeah, bases don't actually show on the map, so if you want something to show on the map, you might as well have to place your own markers. So, here we go. So yeah, this is pretty much how you find your base. Probably should have built a little bit further back, but oh well. Too much spent resources now to turn it now, but yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be it. The base of our base. And we're out of stone again. But we might as well start placing some things, so we can have our bed. Some things you can pick up after they are placed, like foundations is no go. You can only destroy it. While bedrolls can be lifted, and crafting stations and such can also. So that makes that easier. We'll have to make a box soon, so. But for now, let's just try to make some base for the base. Yeah, also if you manage to, ouch, to hit in between two resources nodes, you actually harvest both of them at the same time. So a bit less of loss of durability for the tools. Oh my gosh, I clicked one again. Yeah, I better take those off from my hotbar because I keep getting myself poisoned. And let's eat the berries because we're kind of hungry. Yeah, not the worst place to build. resources and once again out of stone. Makes sense considering making a stone foundation. Also, if you're holding a weapon or a tool, you're moving on a much slower pace, so it's a good idea to just put them away when you're moving from point A to point B. Unless there are, of course, monsters nearby, so... So the crafting benches in this game are quite a bit in numbers, so having a bigger footprint for the base is a pretty good idea. Okay, we have the base, we don't need a barrel, putting away the bugs. And I'm personally pretty attached to the floatsome wall pieces. They look pretty nice for starting base. At least in my opinion. It doesn't have to be this for everybody. So yeah, something in the line of this. And perhaps I'll place a back door as well. But we are out of wood now. That's why we're building here, because lots of resources, just a short sprint away. And the game actually has a pretty quick resource respawn timer, so there's that also. Yeah, there's the insects, and you can absolutely eat them, but they're barely feeling. But at least they're not poisonous. Still, I'll finish up the base and make some grilled oysters. Thank you. I do enjoy how it turned out. I did get to experiment with the design last time I tried to stream, but it was pretty much a fail stream, so starting brand new from the very start. So yeah, and once you have the I'm sorry. Once you have the base placed, you can relocate your bed, for example. Also, we will have beds later, but for now, this is good enough. Okay, let's remove those. And let's see. We'll do the ceiling when the light comes on, so let's get some. Oh, there we go. We can now make torches, and let's learn how to make a primitive campfire so we can cook our food. Also, let's make a few torches. From those we can make. There are wall torches, but the wall torches barely produce any light, like pretty much none at all. So I'm preferring to use the standing torches. And with this arrow, you can see once you have a throw that can cook, you can place the throw, and it will stand on the location where the arrow shows. And if we try to toss the oysters there with a bit of wood, we can cook them up and get some light out of it as well. Torch, and once it's dark we will make the others. And now that we have cooked oysters, we can actually eat them from the campfire and not worry about moving them to inventory and then eating and so on and so forth. Okay, so now we will need a roof. There is cloth-like floatsome roof, but I prefer the thatch roof. So, corner and a straight piece. Oh shit, this piece of wall is upside down. This is gonna be annoying later. Okay. Okay, the rest is fine. Okay, better. Let's see about getting a roof up. And this is why we needed a shitload of fiber. Later, when we have a metal sickle, this process will be much faster, but right now we'll just have to keep grabbing them by hand. And usually all disappear correctly, but yeah, sometimes things bug. Or the mouse isn't pointing correctly, so. The starting areas are pretty calm, so people don't really have to worry about monsters, though there should be actually spawns already. But somehow I've noticed that when you play single player, it takes a good while for the spawns to appear correctly. There should have been crocodiles on the beach we ran past, but no such luck. And we need some more wood to make a storage box, so we can put everything heavy there. Ouch. There is actually the possibility to just climb a tree and start a treehouse base between such tall trees like those. Trees you can build on, you can you can guess by the fact that you actually can't gather from them. So, but you can build on them and have pretty nice stuff. So, oh, here we go. We are having our first spawn here, a deer. And they are pretty friendly, so you can just enjoy the animal. And when you get pretty thirsty, you have a few options. If you're near water, you can just drink from there. Despite this being an island on probably, so it's probably seas all around and the water is salty, you can just drink from the ocean and it will be fine. Yeah, not the brightest idea, but I guess they had a hard time separating the bodies of water into different categories. So, yeah, drinking from the ocean is just fine. You can just run over there and enjoy yourself a fresh sip of salty water. Nice and refreshing. We will make stairs later, it requires another unlock. like this, you're kind of building up the process. Last time I had a little bit of trouble with this part, so I opted for this kind of ceiling for those two spaces. The game isn't very friendly for complex roofing. And the doors open both ways, so pretty much this is going to be the base. And as you can see, single standing torches provide quite a bit of light. For the inside we only have this one torch in the middle, and we have the entire space fully lit up. And this way we'll be able to find our base at night now. Oh, we've gotten some bees. They will be helpful later. And I guess I can go look for a little bit more oysters in order to have a nice meal. It's about hard to guess what's what on the beaches. They are pretty full. Oh, I think there we have a few. Yes, I found a few oysters, so we'll take care of that hunger. The game really needs to have something like a recipe book, because one, you may find out a recipe by chance or learn it, but you won't be able to to use it unless you remember what exactly you have to put inside the fire or the stove later. Now the stove has its own recipes, but on the fire you just have to manually guess what to put inside to output a recipe that can be eaten. Sorry about that. And the other good thing is that once production is complete, it automatically stops, so it doesn't waste fuel. Okay, let's see what we shall make this time. Maybe good idea to start probably with the crafting benches. Oh yeah, I keep meaning to make the box and I keep spending the wood. That's, yeah, that's gonna take a while. Oh yeah, important part is to make yourself some healing wraps or alloy extract, because they're the healing items of this game. So having some of those is pretty important. Yeah, we learned how to make a bow, but yeah, we are low on every material. So for now, let's spend a little bit more points. And let's see what feats we might need. Over here it's like an overview of things that you kind of might generally need, and those are all kinds of subcategories. Or construction, you can see things like roofs and fences and struts, but the struts in this game are mostly decorative, not much functional. You have palisades, you can make hatches, even elevators, and elevators are absolutely awesome in this game. So if you like to build in high places, or you've built near a cliff and want to get down easier, just place an elevator. It's amazing. The decorations tab is pretty much non-essential, other than the torchbearer. In order to be able to make the standing lights, you pretty much don't need to to unlock absolutely anything here, so this is a place you can just ignore from now on. In survival, you pretty much need everything if you're a solo player. Everything but the vault. The vault is a PvP item. The rest is pretty much stuff that you need for yourself. And the orb of Nurgle is for if you want to change your appearance. So this might also be skipped for an unlock if you play solo. For weapons, you have the warrior weapons, being the one-handed weapons in the game, and they have also, you can also later unlock epic variants, but you might as well just find them in the wild, because it's pretty expensive in points. So unless you are playing in a server where you're playing a dedicated blacksmith, unlocking those is pretty much useless for a solo player. Shields, of course, self-explanatory. The bruiser category is the two-handed weapons, like a pike, two-handed axe, warhammers, two-handed swords, katanas, stuff like that. The skirmisher has the javelin, those are throwing spears. The daggers, and yeah, that's here, throwing spears and daggers and throwing axes. Archery, of course, is the bow and arrow path. Of course, there are explosives, dedicated explosives. Joster is also very interesting. When you have a mount with the jousting spear, you can do pretty massive damage, but it can also be tricky to control, so might take quite a bit of practice to become good with the jousting spear. In the armor category, there are various kinds of armors that you can learn to make, and they usually contain all kinds of subcategories, if you learn the Slave Forge guard, you learn the light variant and the medium and hard, I think it was something like that. Yeah, you learn all kinds of variants. You don't get just the white armor from this set. Of course, the raiders are their own thing, but yeah, you have to consider what kind of armor you want and just unlock that when you go for it. For example, this says Gloves of the Watchers, but it will unlock the entire Watchers outfit if you have unlocked it with the Twitch stream event. In religion, you can learn how to upgrade your own altar for your own deity, or you can learn other deities, but they are crazy expensive in points. 50 points per new religion, while there are NPCs and items on both the main game and the Siptah map where you can learn this base first step and later just learn the upgrades if you want them. So that's much cheaper than trying to just buy them from here. And in the search, if you're looking for something specific, you can find it easier. Guess it's probably daytime now, so let's get more wood and materials. And I forgot to eat, of course I did. Also, much in like similar games, the tool you use changes what you're getting. So if you hit a tree with a pickaxe, you're actually getting bark, and later with better tools, resin. Also with the CTRL key you can kick, and with the Alt you can dodge, so those are those. We will need some more twine, so let's make 10 more. We're pretty full, so let's head back for now. Oh yeah, and unlike the handheld torches, the standing torches are just forever burning. You don't need to replace them, refuel them, or anything like that. And if it's too annoying and too bright, you can always turn them off and back on. And if you have better throws and catch a lamplighter throw, you can have them take care of the lighting, so they will turn them off during the day and on during the night. Yeah, let's make that box we were meaning to make, to store our stuff in for now. And let's eat. More. Okay, good. And you can also name boxes, so for example, have junk box, that's for everything. Seeds, bugs, bark, stuff like that. You can just put them in a box and lower your weight like by a lot. And now that we have some basic stuff, we were meaning to make a bow in weapons. We need fiber and branches. And once you have the bow, you might want to make arrows. And the bone arrows require some bone and fiber, and if you don't have bones you can always use stone and branches to make regular flint head arrows. And one tick actually makes 10, so if we craft now 5 it will make 50 arrows. So there we have it, 50 arrows. We have to equip at least one arrow in the bow, and after that they can just sit in the inventory and everything will be fine from there. So we might need to start making new benches because we are... Oh, wrap your wounds. Okay, we have a few to wrap our wounds, and to wrap our wounds it won't be a bad idea to actually have healing objects like I said earlier. Also, it doesn't spend the material until the crafting bar is full, so if you move the material somewhere else it will cancel the crafting because it's out of material. So we are starting with the blacksmith and the carpenter feats that will allow us to make a few benches now, our first stuff. So we need 500 stone for the furnace. So let's go grab some more stone. And as you can see, the respawn times of the resources is pretty quick. By the time we are done with our base, the stones over here that I mined for at the very beginning are now back. And we can mine them again. Ouch. It's actually cheaper to repair them before they break, so yeah, there's that, but considering we are now using the super basic tools, there's absolutely no point to stopping just for repairs. Yeah, also steps that are further in the journey and you might not know them, they just pretty often just happen on their own, like you just saw. Slopes are a bit tricky to navigate. not quite enough. Okay, let's hit a few more rocks. As you can see, it's costing me quite a bit of stamina to try and walk a little bit faster when I'm this over encumbered. Okay, we have enough stone to make the furnace. I've found that I'm very comfortable with the stone pike, with the pike weapons, so I'll also take the bruiser path and be able to use the two-handed weapons. So we can also make us a stone pike once we return home, and we can use the branches that are in our box of everything, or we can just grab branches from the sand. The game can be actually pretty damn gorgeous. So, well, I'm not playing at nearly the maximum it can output, so if you have a stronger machine and you want to give a survival game like Ark and 7 Days to Die a try, I highly recommend trying the Conan Exiles. We have actually found a little bit of iron while mining for stone, so we can toss that there. And let's make our pike. So now we have a close and ranged weapon, but that's my own style. You can always use other weapons, other styles. You don't have to do anything I do. what do we need for the carpentry bench? 250 wood and 100 stone. So we barely have the stone, but we will need more wood. But as you can see, now that we have left everything in the box, we can just go and dash out and grab a drink and then grab some wood in the forest. This place usually always has a crocodile, but yeah, for some reason they are not spawning for me now. They are pretty nice for a starter animal to hunt because they are quite slow, so with the bow and arrow you can just pick them off from afar before they can even reach you. That really helps like a lot, because soon we will be needing lots of leather, and honestly I have no idea where we'll be getting this because the crocodiles refuse to spawn. On the other hand, there are a few hyenas, or dogs, actually dogs. There are a few dogs that spawn in this woody area, so I'm actually glad I can now gather my stuff and not worry about the dogs eating my face off. And if you can't repair something, you can see what you need over here. Need more stone. this is my altar for my deity, and it requires quite a bit of stone and some twine to make. But I think I'd rather learn the tannery for now and go for that bench next. And for now we can just make shaped wood, but it will be very important later, so it's good to have it. Let's see what we needed for the leather making benches. Tanner's table, just wood, good. And the tannery, more wood, more bark, more stone. Oh my gosh. Let's put everything else away. And you can move just on the amount you want, so let's just give this 100 so I can place the bench. I wanted it so I can place the plant fiber and twine there. So this is a bench that will be used like a lot. Mostly because you can make hides from leathers, hides from skins, and of course the much needed twine. So there's that, and it doesn't take up your inventory space or anything. So okay, what did I say? I needed stone, I think 2 stone. Bark and stone. And stone and wood and bark. And this is how it just rolls. Just go, gather, return. Pretty much like any survival game, but you don't have to worry about roaming monsters. They're just in their own little areas, so if you build somewhere safe, you are just safe. You don't have to worry about anything. So even if you have cleared an area that's dangerous and you have to stay the night somewhere that's not your base, it's pretty much not a problem to just sit it out and wait for the morning to come, so you can see what's going on around you. Bark is honestly one of the more annoying resources to gather, as you need it for quite a few things. So having a nice pick. Oh, got some iron here. Nice and shiny. So grab some iron. We can start the smelting process as well. The encumbrance, okay. Try to grab one more tree and then we're heading back because it's getting pretty dark and in the shadows I personally can't see much. So yeah, let's start heading back now. Here where it's sunny. That's enough. I want to be able to walk. Well, if anything, we can always come out and check those trees again. And the doors auto-close after a certain amount of time, so that's pretty handy. Oh, there's our crocodiles. So, as you can see, you can actually shoot from quite afar. And if you manage to hit the legs, you can get them crippled. And then you run away because you'll eat your face off. And there we go, our first dead animal. And I haven't made a stone scaling knife, of course. So let's grab a few materials from the beach. Why did I leave all my stone behind? Can someone tell me? There we go. This will do the trick. Okay, now I have enough stone to craft another tool. There we go. We got fangs and meat. Let's try to fight that one too. Whoops, missed. Okay, switching to close combat. As you can see, he can get quite the number on me, but yeah, somehow managed to survive. Okay, we got him. Now let's go back home. Where's my light? Oh, there we go. To the light. Let's go inside. Let's throw the meat to cook. We might actually need to grab a few pieces of wood for that. No, that's cooking, and our first batch of iron is done. So for now I'll leave it back here. Let's put those away. The crop leather can go here, and I wanted to make wood. Of course it's 100 wood, because why not? Okay, our meat is done, so yay that. Once it's light out, we will go check out the human camp. Oh, and let's use the wraps we made earlier. When you are on full health, you always have passive health regen, full stomach, I mean. When you're on full stomach, you get passive health regen as well. So food is good. Let's place this in one of our cute pockets here. Ah, shit. That startled me. That's a bit far off. Let's move it. Actually, I think I would like it here better. Of course I can see it. Let's make a few more torches. This is nice. That would be nice. Oh, that's some pretty good placement. There. Something is weird with this. Let me try. Okay. This is good enough. pretty far off also. Okay. Good. Now I can have my tannery here because I'll be able to see what I'm placing and where. Doesn't like it here. What's in its way this time? No. This game can be picky. There's another mod that allows better building, but I didn't want to use it here. We got it. So when we have bark here and our croc bits, it's also stormy. See? It's gonna be gorgeous later. That's why it's so dark. There's a storm in the middle of the island right now. So if we take the reptile hide and place it in our tannery, we can start making leather. It's gonna be important later. So I was thinking about visiting our neighbors. There are a few people around here. Not exactly the friendly neighbor types. There we go, there's the maelstrom. Gorgeous. You can see debris flying everywhere. It's quite the dangerous space over there. And someday we will go into it, but it won't be anytime soon. With that done, let's go see humans. And after we kill a couple of them, we will end the stream because we are at about that time now. So good, we managed to steer our first maelstrom in the very first stream. The good thing about this is that it's always in the middle of the island, over in this area, so pretty much everything outside of this area is safe whenever there's a storm. It's just dark. Very dark to see, but yeah, that's about it. So let's hope we can loot some light armor from the peoples here. Run! Shit, I got hit. Hit. Arrow. And Better archer. There we go. And let's loot the corpses. So dark I can't see shit. I know she's around here somewhere. Okay, come on, come on, come on. There we go. We got some arrows out of her. And let's heal up. Let's see where the last person went. Should have been another one here somewhere. There we go. And as you can see, archery is pretty goddamn handy in this game. I seriously should have repaired that torch. Nope, I guess. Ah, there we go. Oh, and we have materials. Goody. Now we'll be able to see. So, this place tends to have a few chests to loot. Those people there are a bit tough for our naked selves. Poke that guy over there. Grab some water and a few more people. We have a bit of time more. Ah, shit. Alright. Let's get her up. The cooks are always with daggers and they can stack up bleed on you like crazy, so yes, managed. So if you manage to keep them at bay, that would be the best. And as little moving as possible while bleeding also helps. Let's wrap this up. Better chests usually have better rewards, as you can see. Got some dice and some silver coins. Oh my, iron cleaver. Steel cleavers, seriously? Whoa, this was a good one. And if you find books and stuff, you can learn stuff like pirate banners. Also, when you see crates in the sea, it's a great idea to just get them, because you get some pretty good stuff from that. I won't fiddle with those guys because they'll eat me alive, and I'm already slow as hell. When you're slow, it's a good idea to swim. It doesn't affect the encumbrance, so if you have to reach from point A to point B, just swim it. Underwater shot of the maelstrom. Okay, let's see what we managed to get. Okay, quite a bit of resources, some iron head arrows, and yeah, well, a lot of bark. That's good, I was just complaining about it. And yeah, once we reach home, I'll be ending this stream. Thanks for watching or paying attention or something. Thanks for being with me, and I hope I can see you sometimes live. I'm streaming at the same time every weekday on Twitch, so if you want to watch me live, come. There's my schedules there, so you can check the time compared to your own time zone. This level. Speed it up a little. It's gorgeous. And I'll also show you what we got from the crates from the depths. You may be familiar with the barrel trolls. They bring the exact same stuff with them, so they are familiar, but this is much easier to get than hunting for barrels, so you just have to head for the deep water and pop a supply crate. We got practice sword. What? Whoa, this was shade boom, nice. This was a very weird drop from this. Can I use this? It's kind of darkened. No, it won't let me. This was very weird. They look broken. Okay, let's pop this one. And we got hardened bricks. Nice. Okay, let's put the usuals here. The bark will go outside. Yes, those can go here. Such weird stuff. I did not expect those. So for now we'll keep the bricks here because this is where we make them. Carpenter's bench. Well, I guess I can shove some stuff here because we have the space for now, so it will go here. Yes. And we found some food. We'll eat a little. Spices. I'll keep the spices in the campfire for now. Arrows. I'll hold the arrows here. So we got leather and tar will be extremely important later. So yeah, and I guess this was it, and I will be seeing you people later. Thanks for watching.